The things that you have in your heart that you think are impossible are often just milestones waiting to get accomplished if you can push those limits. Everything was impossible until somebody else did it. So you can either hang around people that tell you it can be done, or hang around those that inspire possibilities. Welcome to the Inspiring Possibilities Podcast. Weekly interviews with entrepreneurs, artists, those that inspire possibilities. And I'm your host, Julian Marion. All right, so I just finished a live talking about how do you get consistent results, consistent progress, right? Where some people, you see them and it almost look like they magically achieve what they want, right? And you're just confused. You're like, man, how? They're so lucky, right? Or maybe they work harder than me. What if I tell you that, yeah, maybe, luck, grace has a part in it. But also, some of those people have a proven system that they use to be able to get consistent results, right? And when you do something that works consistently, like for example, if I'm a trainer and I gave you a workout that I know works because it's balanced, and it's going to work your chest on Monday, your legs on Tuesday, your back on Wednesday, your arms on Thursday, your shoulders on Friday, and rest on Saturday, and then repeat. Because I know that it hits everything, and I'm going to do dynamic sets so that I know that you're still going to have, a short workout, 30 to 40 minutes, but it's going to get your heart rate pumping, so we don't really need to get cardio, done because you're going to burn calories, right? And then I gave you a meal plan. And they say if you follow it, it's almost guaranteed you're going to see the results, right? So think of that, in terms of just like life, okay? So the system I shared online today was about that, right? It's the Warriors Way. It's kind of a Warriors Way. It's an operating system, that I've been using since 2021. And in the game of business, I've used it, and it has been just amazing for us, right? But you can use it for body, being, balance, and business. So all four domain, right? So the way it will work is we're looking at where we are today, right? What are the facts about where we are today? Like what's working, what's not working in our body? Like what's working, what's not working in our body, right? We're not working out, or we are working out, or our workouts are too long and our wife, get upset because we had the gym too long. Or working out is great, but my food sucks. Like I just, Doritos all day. Doritos, right? Like my nutrition is horrible. Or I drink beer and it's just like, it really screws with my, with what I want to accomplish because, all those carbs and, or just the calories. So that's what's not working, right? Just the facts, no feelings. Just straight up, here are the facts, here are the truth about, my body. Then same thing about relationship, right? You take your wife on a weekly date, yes or no, right? Do you have intimacy with your wife, yes or no? I don't know, do you have sex with your wife weekly, yes or no? Or is it like every other week, which, by the way, no, not normal. So if you tell me, yes, it's fine, we just, every once or twice a month, we have sex, that's great. Not normal, right? So I would say not working, so looking at those, like relationship with your kids. You do stuff with your kids, excited to see you. Then we're looking at being, are you doing something that you feel called to do, or are you just at a job and you just hate your job, showing up every day, just wishing that you're sick, that you can use your sick days. And I remember that because I've had it where literally I will wish like, man, you know what, today, I just wish I was sick. So one, I don't have to lie that I'm sick. I'm just sick, and using my sick days because I just really don't want to go, right? That's a problem. That's not working, right? Like you're not going towards your calling or what God calls you to go. How's your relationship with your creator? Do you have a relationship? And then business. Like, how much are you producing? Is it enough? Can you take your family on vacation? Can you take your wife on weekly dates, monthly overnight, quarterly out of state, yearly out of the country? Can you do that? Can you afford babysitters? Right? Can you get stuff for your kids, or you always just like, no, put that back, no? but deep inside you know that it's because like you can't produce, you know? So like, where are you? What's working, what's not working? Then we're going to go 12 to 18 months from today. And we're going to look at it and say, okay, what if? What is the possibility inside of your body, right? In 12 to 18 months, like what could you see, right? Like, could you see yourself, let's say you're 225 pounds, but really your go-to weight is 190, right? Possibility. It's not about the how you're going to do it yet. It's just like this possibility, this beautiful future that's out there. What does it look like, right? So we paint that stuff out. For body, it would look like this. For balance, oh man, like, like 3 or 4 times a week, having sex with my wife. Intimacy, like she knows me, I know her. She knows what I'm feeling. I don't even have to speak. We're just like connected like that. My kids love me and we have this relationship. And then I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, going towards my calling, what God calls me to do. I have a relationship with my guy. Like I can sit for an hour and I really feel like he's there in front of me. We're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? And then business, man, producing, right? Like I feel like an ATM. Like I think of something and then I can execute it and then actually brings value to the marketplace and I can actually employ people, give them a job that they love and they can take care of their family. And I'm, like that's like that heaven, that possibility, that peak that we're looking at, right? And now we have this gap between where we are, the working, not working, where you want to go all the way to the top right of this peak, this beautiful possibility. We have this gap. And so it's very easy here to just feel overwhelmed because you're like, man, I don't even know how to go there, right? I don't even know how to. A lot of people get stuck there, right? We can dream and vision board and all that beautiful stuff. But then when it's like, okay, how do you execute this? It can become really hard. I know for me, that was the case. I was just like, yeah, I can paint the beautiful picture. But then it's like, okay, cool, reverse engineer that. And it would just be like, I can divide, I want to make $100,000. Well, I can divide into this is how much it should be. But it's really BS, right? Because the reality is the version of you today is not the version that is going to accomplish that, right? If you want to make $1 million in a year, that version of you today, if you only make 50,000, is not the version that's going to make $1 million. Because that person, that version of you today has to evolve. It has to learn new skills. It has to meet new people. It has to be in new environment. It has to be around new tables, right? And sometimes you don't even know what you don't know, right? Like there's things you know, right? There's things you don't know, right? That's when you go and you hire a coach, join a mastermind, join a community. And then there's things you don't even know you don't know. You don't even know you don't know. But because proximity matters, because now you're around those people, you are exposed to things you didn't even know existed, right? So we're not going to worry about the how. We're going to worry about what do we know we can do to move us in the direction of that impossible game in 12 to 16 months, right? What do we know we can do in 30 days? What's going to be our focus for 30 days to take us in that direction? Cool? All right, so we're looking at 30 days. And now instead of that 30 days, that's 4 weeks, we're going to have 4 fires, right? So it's going to be 4 fires that we have to lit in order to go and really go towards that focus. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, right? So week 1, for example, we're going to have our door, right? 4 fires, 1 door per week that we have to open. That's the domino door. That's the one thing we have to do to make sure we do to move towards winning that 30-day focus, right? So here's where the magic happens. We're going in week 1. We know our door. This is what we have to do inside of body, inside of being, inside of business, inside of balance. And then we're going to schedule our action, right? Like 3 or 4. 4 action, 4 hit list. Those are the main 4 that we have to get done each day to move forward in our business, in our life, right? In our body, being, balance, and business, right? 4 things we have to do to move forward. Now, at the end of each day, we're just going to review. How do we do? What worked? What did not work? What is the new commitment for tomorrow? And then same thing the next day, same thing the next day, same thing the next day, until we get to Sunday. And then Sunday, we're going to do our general's tent. This is when we're going to review our week to see what worked, what did not work, and what kind of adjustment we can make. right? And this is where a lot of people get lost, because you do that goal, you do those task lists, you do the to-do list, but you never go to the end of the week to actually review what worked, what did not work, and what kind of adjustment you need to make. You just keep on repeating the same thing, hoping you'll have a different result, but the reality is like you don't, right? The reality is that you do not get a different result because you keep on going back, doing the same thing over and over and over again. So here, Sunday, General's tent, reviewing the week, seeing adjustment we need to make, boom. Week 2, with our new adjustment, new doors, we move. And we keep on doing that at the end of Sunday. Week 2, General's tent, commitment for week 3. Each day, review each day, adjustment, each day, adjustment. Get to Sunday, same thing, until we get to week 4. And at the end of week 4, we're reviewing our 30 days. What worked, what did not work during those 30 days, right? And then from there, we are making our next focus for 30 days, right? You see how that is drastically different? Because after 30 days, you're going to start to see like, oh, wow, like actually, yeah, I didn't need that skills. I needed this skills. Oh, you know what? I actually need to join this group. Oh, wow, you know what? I actually need to be, closer to those people because this is actually where I need to go. Or you know what? Like this actually doesn't even matter. Like I need to change my focus a little bit. And when you do that, you're closer to getting to that impossible game because your evolution is a consistent evolution that you're having, right? So that's the game. That's the game. Starts with the facts, working, not working. Paint a picture of the beautiful future 12 to 18 months. Shrink it back down to 30 days. Focus. Take out of that 4 fires. We have 4 doors that we're going to execute, 1 each week. Review each day. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? End of the week. Reviewing the week. How did we do? Commitment for the next week. At the end of the month. Reviewing the month. Creating a new fact map, a new point, right? To see like where we are. And then seeing if we need to adjust anything that keeps us on track towards our impossible game. So here you have it. This is the game. And I promise you, if you play that game inside of body, being, balance, and business, your chances of hitting this impossible game are huge. But again, it's going to take time. It's going to take focus. It's going to take endurance. And sometimes you just need somebody on your side. So if you listened to the episode all the way, it made sense to you. If you need a visual, go to Instagram and go and check it out. And if you need somebody on your team, somebody that can walk you through that system or somebody that can be there guiding you, I'm your guy. Reach out to me on Instagram at Julian Inspires or on my website, julianmarion.org. But until then, accept compliments from everyone, limitations from no one. Peace.